I'm not going to let an industry break my spirit, like Spirit the Horse, another heartbreaking, heart-wrenching movie that should not be a child's movie. It ruined my year. What year did it come out? 2003? 2003 was not the same. From The Cut and the Vox Media Podcast Network, this is Tefi Talks. Guys, there's been a lot of girl fighting in the news lately. Cardi and Nicki are upsetting me. Nicki Minaj has already proven herself to be a legend in the rap community. Before Nicki Minaj, I feel like people were saying, oh, so-and-so is great for a female rapper. Nicki Minaj is a legendary rapper that sets the bar for rappers of any gender. To watch her obsess over Cardi B's metrics and be so obviously disturbed by other people's successes. The list of female rappers that she has problems with is so long, it's unbelievable someone with her talent could go so low as to always take an opportunity to knock a woman down. If it's gonna drive you so insane to see other people succeed, perhaps this is not the industry for you. Because unlike in office, when you are in the music industry, you're going to be constantly reminded of other people doing well. If you only want to see people do poorly, I don't know, go work in government. I don't know what to tell you. It's also insane that the origin of this beef comes from a song beloved by the masses, especially at a pregame. Okay, especially at my pregames. I love the song Motorsport. Listening to Motorsport, I never thought in a bajillion years that would be the origin story of this nefarious, vitriolic beef. Is vitriolic a word? Amazing. In Motorsport, Cardi B did not like a lyric about Nicki Minaj being a football coach. This man's name is Vince Lombardi. Cardi B did not enjoy the line of Nicki Minaj saying that she was like the Lombardi of female rappers, what have you. For this back and forth to get so nasty, bringing up each other's children, you would never think it just stemmed from Lombardi, you know? Obviously, when things seem so simple, especially in like girl beef, there's obviously deeper issues there. I think it's an ego thing. And ego is a hell of a drug. You know what I mean? Cardi, if I can just speak to you for a second. Hey girl, congratulations on all your success. It should have ended when you said that Nicki Minaj's son's favorite color is 5. The Banging Spoons took it to a level. I understand that she brought up your daughter. You know why she brought up your daughter? Because your daughter's gorgeous and stunning. You know what I mean? Maybe Papa Bear has some issues that the public doesn't know about. Your son's favorite color being the number 5 was just... And you know what? Cardi, I can't call you a liar because you've always said if they go low, you go to hell. And you did. You grabbed Nicki Minaj by the elbow and you dragged her to hell like when Hercules is in the pool of souls. That's what you did to Nicki Minaj. It's been rough to see. Only rappers can crash out this much without calling in the National Guard. And let me tell you, watching our presidency, we're calling in the National Guard for a lot. Support for Tefi Talks comes from Macy's. Putting together a fall outfit works kind of like putting together a puzzle. You take little pieces here and there that together complete a stylish, cozy picture. Or you can put together a whole outfit in one giant piece like a beautiful puffer maxi jacket. Whatever look you're going for this fall, you can find inspo from the Macy's Fall Fashion Guide. Explore their style guide for yourself and find your look. Shop in store or online at Macys.com. Support for the show comes from Dove. Finding a good deodorant that stays at your side, or rather under your sides, through thick and thin can be tough. That's why Dove made their aluminum-free deodorant. It's made to be gentle to skin, and it'll keep you smelling fresh for up to 72 hours. So finally, the search is over. An aluminum-free deodorant that won't let you down. Find your one true Dove. Choose Dove aluminum-free deodorant for 72-hour freshness and odor protection. Buy online at dove.com or at a retailer near you. Here at Tefi Talks, we like to talk about showbiz. Because as they say, There's no business like business that isn't mine. We come to this place for magic. Oh, Nicole. Hashtag Nicole Strong. We come to Tefi Talks to laugh, to cry, to care. Because we need that, all of us. That indescribable feeling we get when the lights begin to dim and we go somewhere we've never been before. Not just entertained, but somehow reborn, together. Dazzling images that on a huge silver screen, sound that I can feel. Somehow heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Our heroes feel like the best part of us, and stories feel perfect and powerful because here, they are. This week we're talking about Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's love story as they filed for divorce. But first, let's get into some headlines that caught my eye this week. Taylor Swift's new album, Life of a Showgirl, released last Friday. I haven't listened to it yet. Wait, hold on. Let's think about this. Wait, I'm gonna give it a listen. There's just so much to do. I have so much laundry. I haven't watched the Barbie movie yet. There's so much for me to do. Wait, hold on. Why are there two? I'll watch both. I'll listen to both. Please. I have a family. I have a cat. She's a tabby. Oh my God. Let's talk about the album. Listen. Every time Taylor Swift comes out with a new album, the immediate discourse just feels like slime. It just feels, I already know what's going to be said. And it's always about the lyrics. How do you guys listen to this? How do you guys listen to this? Blah, 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 blah. As a Black Eyed Peas fan, I simply cannot enter this conversation. This discourse is not mine to be had. Okay, like, allow me. This is my favorite Black Eyed Peas song. You can't have your phone out in the office. Well, are you snitching? I drive these brothers crazy. I do it on the daily. They treat me really nicely. They buy me all these ices. Dolce & Gabbana, Fendi and the Donna. Karen, they be sharing all their money. Got me wearing fly gear, but I ain't asking. They say they love my ass in 7 jeans, true religion. I said no, but they keep giving. So I keep on taking. No, I ain't taking. We can keep on dating and keep on demonstrating my love. See, this is the thing. Like, I can't possibly be like, ew, this lyric about her ex-boyfriend that broke her heart. I can't. There's just no way for me to enter that when I'm like over here, like my humps, my lovely lady lumps. Like, please, I'm here talking about lumps. Who am I to tell, Taylor Swift that like maybe folklore isn't the great name for an album? What the fuck? And I hear it's a great album. Okay? A teenage love triangle. I'm in. I've watched worse movies. Have you seen Jiggly? I love Jiggly. Sometimes I worry about my movie recommendations because I love Jiggly. I understand Taylor presents herself as a poet or like a lyricist of a generation, And that's why people are like taking out their monocle and being like, lyric. Oh, this is terrible. And yeah, some of them are crazy. Some of them are insane. Like when she was like, I'm having his baby. Actually, no, I'm not. That was crazy. But I cannot participate in the expression police anymore. That being said, I'm not here to be like, Taylor, because I don't agree with the people that she surrounds herself with. Why do you have the lasers up again? But I think I'm willing to talk about, hey, why are you surrounding yourself with people that don't believe in certain, like, I don't know, rights and things, Like, that to me is more concerning. Her rhyming orange, I don't give a fuck. That being said, however, the line, I hear you call me boring Barbie when the cocaine gets you brave. That is crazy. Like, if Charlie XCX and Taylor beefing is true, it's a little far-fetched to me because everything is romantic and Brat in general has notes of like, am I ready to have a child? It's the little things in life that are beautiful and romantic to me. There's an artist that intimidates me, and Taylor Swift was like, you're a cokehead. Like that. Insane. But here at Tefi Talks, everyone has a job. And I want everyone to do their job. Except for me. Yes. If you're going to come on the show, and this isn't me inviting Taylor or Charlie, I'd love to have you, girls. I'd love to have you. But every time I imagine a guest coming on the show, I would like to envision a world where we put you to work, you know? There's a job title attached. What are the qualities we're looking for? I'm looking at your overall vibe and I'm attaching a job title to you, okay? We haven't gotten any candidates yet, but if you'd like to come on the show, hit me in the DM, okay? I'm always checking just in case somebody's offering me free stuff. So I want you to close your eyes for a second, okay? Close them. You can trust me. Now take their wallet. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine a world where the cast of Dancing with the Stars didn't dance, but they clocked in. They danced around these office politics. They showed up to work at our office. What do we do at this office? I'm not really sure. That's not my job. And spoiler alert, some of them are thriving in corporate. Some of them should also not have access to the company card, and yet they do. Let's start with Dylan Efron. Dylan Efron is in facilities, and he runs the Employee Wellness Committee. And honestly, it shows. He's excelling. This man brings homemade protein muffins to morning stand-up and gives TED Talks about the importance of hydration. He sets up an ergonomic workstation in every department. He volunteers to refill the filtered water tank. And he has an app that tracks your steps because sitting is a new smoking, which is laughable. Smoking will always be the new smoking. God, I miss it. He greets you like a golden retriever and asks, have you gotten outside today? Because fuck you, obviously not. Yes, I went outside today to get on the train. I hated every minute of it, and smells were smelled that no smell should have been smelled before, to be honest. Speaking of the outside, Robert Irwin, son of an angel. Son of an angel. Robert, in the office, he talks about how he's always dreamed of doing facilities work. But he's too conventionally attractive to not be in sales. We need that face in sales. Has anybody ever said that to you? That's a face for sales? Me neither, bitch. The boy could be selling a piece of alligator poo-poo caca and call it an eco-friendly organic fertilizer, and I'd buy 14 of them. I love it. Give me 14 of them right now. If charisma were a species, Robert would be endangered, and that's why we need him. Every quarter sits on Robert's shoulders. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about Mormon wife Jen Affleck? Jen Affleck is the office manager, but she's mysterious. Yeah, no one knows her job title for sure, but the vibe is that if she quits, this whole place would catch fire in 11 minutes. I also think that she's the kind of person that we found out that she was swinging. We'd be like, oh, that tracks. She's so mysterious. She's so chic. You know what I mean? She has that perfect mermaid hair that only a mysterious swinger could have. That's just what I think, okay? You don't have to agree, but I can feel you nodding along. She's also the only person that can fix the espresso machine. She's vital. Now, what about Jordan Childs? I'm glad you also brought that up. Jordan Childs is the only reason anything gets done around here. She's in project management, which means she's constantly wrangling chaos, doing flips and tricks to keep the company running. She deserves a raise and a massage. Somebody should give her both. Alas, HR. Whitney Levitt and Hillary Baldwin. Whitney Levitt runs our PR department, and Hillary is her assistant, but every Friday, she does host the lunch for people of color and Hispanic heritage. Why? Well, the Hispanic heritage part, I don't know. But they are running the PR department because they can spin absolutely anything into a narrative win. And what more does corporate need right now than a narrative win? You might remember Whitney from TikTok where she did a full-on choreographed dance while her baby was hospitalized and walked away with an even bigger following. That is a narrative win. I could never spin that. I would never be seen or heard from again, okay? In this office, all press is good press. Now, she and Hillary handle every calm situation with the calm of someone who's being canceled and has lived to monetize it. Now, Nicole Kidman. Is she in Dancing with the Stars? No. But is she the CEO of our company? Every damn day. She's my baby girl, chief executive officer, through and through. And that brings us to today's deep dive. Baby angel of my life, Nicole Kidman, and Keith Urban met at a gala in 2005 in Los Angeles. Nicole Kidman was engaged to Lenny Kravitz a year before. Now, when I say Lenny Kravitz, do you also think about the time when he wasn't wearing underwear on stage and his pants ripped to reveal his piercing? And then he tweeted a text exchange between him and Steven Tyler. I'll let you read it for yourself. Homoeroticism really makes my day in this office. But on this particular day in January, not when we saw Lenny Kravitz's cock, no, when Nicole and Keith met, Nicole saw a man in front of her who knew how to sing and use a flat iron. She gave him her number, and Keith did not call Nicole for months. I just want to note up front, I cannot believe Nicole was like, wait, here's my number, to a man who saw Kelly Clarkson's highlights in 2001 and said, wait, take a picture of this. I got to show this to my hairstylist. We got to wear this style for 20 fucking years. Nicole tells Ellen DeGeneres, I had a crush on him and he wasn't interested in me. It's true. This is a note for any girl who's dated a guy that won't make a move. It's happened to Nicole Kidman more than once and at least twice recorded in history. Jimmy Fallon fumbled Nicole Kidman.
So Rick, our mutual friend, says, you know, Jimmy wants to meet you and you can go over to his apartment and da-da-da-da, and I'm single, and I'm like, okay, yeah, cool.
Wait, what?
Yes.
What?
Nicole Kidman goes on Jimmy Fallon and tells Jimmy Fallon, hey, I wanted to date you, essentially. We were set up by mutual friends, and I came over to your apartment, and you played video games, and you offered me Old Chinese and Bodega Brie, and didn't make a move, and Jimmy Fallon is there, gobsmacked. Gobsmacked. Could not believe. At this point, he's already been married for many, many, many years. But for the rest of the episode, he's trying to, land Nicole Kidman. It's far too late. She's already with her highlighted king, okay? To the straight guys listening to this, shoot or shoot. Shoot or shoot. Before, men had to write letters during war to hope that their sweetie pie was not fucking the neighbor or discovering a horse and carriage and meeting men in the next town over. You have Instagram DM, or sometimes Nicole Kidman will give you her phone number. Shoot or shoot. Or you could find yourself playing video games in front of Nicole Kidman, just oblivious. And I can't blame you. I can't blame you. If I was Jimmy Fallon, like Benny Blanco, looking into the face of a gorgeous woman, having no idea this is a date, I totally fucking understand. But God damn it, would it kill you to try? According to Keith, he had her number, but he wasn't confident enough to call. So why get the highlights? What are those for? In 2005, on Nicole's 38th birthday, she knew she had found the one. Keith Urban showed up to her stoop at 5 a.m. 5 in the morning. 5 a.m. to bring her gardenias. Now we know Keith Urban was struggling with substance addiction, and I do believe this was a sign. You know what I mean? Okay. That would honestly be a deal breaker for me. However, Nicole said, actually, that's a lie. That wouldn't be a deal breaker for me. I would look at my baby and be like, he loves me so much, and he's got the sniffles. So the two announced their engagement less than a year later, in May of 2006. Nicole brought Keith as her date to the Unifem Gala. Gala. Okay, Gala girls. And when asked about her boyfriend, Keith, Nicole says, quote, he's actually my fiance. I wouldn't be bringing my boyfriend. Nicole is so chic, it makes me sick. I wouldn't bring just a boyfriend. I've had a ton of those. She's also had a ton of fiancés. Nicole and Keith get married a month later in Sydney, Australia. A wedding planner made that wedding happen in a month. What's going on with the Australian drugs? They must be incredible. A guest says Nicole cried all the way to the church in the car. She cried during the entire ceremony, had to wipe her eyes under the veil. And let's remember, I understand why she's crying. It's her second marriage. She had just escaped Scientology Tom. She probably thought, this is it. I found the love of my life. He brings me gardenias at 5 a.m. You know what I mean? Some of the guests included Russell Crowe, Hugh Jackman, Naomi Watts, Rupert Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch. Murdoch of Fox News and the family that Succession was based on. Spooky, spooky, scary, scary. And Hugh Jackman performed at the reception. As a society, we just gotta let Hugh Jackman sing. We gotta let my Hugo from Marvel and just let him sing. He is the music man. Let him. When I think of Hugh Jackman, I don't think of this anymore. I think of this. You know? And he's so happy when I see him do that. So the wedding was not all a fairy tale because behind the scenes, Keith is struggling pretty hardcore with substance abuse. He says his sobriety started with Nicole, who staged an intervention 4 months after the wedding. And Nicole said that at the time they were in a very, very bad, painful place and managed to get through it. In that same interview, Keith said this, "I have a wife who is just from another planet. She is so celestial. I say that I was born into her." Oh my God. That is the best way I can describe how I feel about her and us. Right after this, they start their suburban era, as all celestial beings do. And the two move to Nashville, as all celestial beings don't, and they start having kids of their own. Nicole gives birth to Sunday Rose in 2008 and Faith Margaret in 2010. Those are the most blonde names I've ever heard, and I celebrate them. And for the next many years, they are singing each other's praises in the media. Nicole says that for every night that Keith has been away, for their entire relationship, Keith has written her a love letter. He releases a song called Gemini, which is Nicole's astrological sign, where he says, quote, "She's a maniac in the bed, but a brainiac in the head." And we make fun of Taylor Swift's lyrics. Okay. When Nicole was asked about these lyrics on a radio show, she said, quote, "It is embarrassing, but at the same time, it's better than saying, 'God, I'm so bored.' Make an effort, Nicole. My silver linings, Nicole, angel." But then the relationship has taken a turn. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban have filed for divorce after 19 years of marriage. But sources tell E! News that Nicole was not the one who wanted to separate. The last time Keith and Nicole were spotted in public together, it was in June. The same month, Nicole posted a photo cuddled up to him on their wedding anniversary. Even though the two allegedly have been living separately since the beginning of the summer, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me. Go ahead, Swifties, take your shot. Keith also is on tour right now, which is the worst. I cannot even imaginables. Going through a breakup while your man is on tour in groupie heaven, it makes me want to, no! It makes me want to, that's my Wolverine. And also, if I may speak to Jimmy Fallon, things I've never ever said before, but Jimmy Fallon, I need to speak to you. Don't get any ideas now, motherfucker. The time has passed. You once had an in. It's gone now. And I would just like all of us to think about how many times Jimmy Fallon's wife has watched Jimmy Fallon lose at video games while she eats Old Chinese with the waft of Bodega Brie entering the room. Oh my God. I guess it all worked out though. And Nicole Kidman has been seen at allegedly and rumored Sandra Bullock's underground lesbian bar in Los Angeles. That's her little toes. This is a lady pool. You know what I mean? Do we know why they're divorcing? No. Do I have opinions? Of course I have opinions. I was interviewing Naomi Watts for New York Fashion Week. Naomi Watts has a daughter that made her New York Fashion Week runway debut this past season, as does Nicole Kidman. And I asked Naomi, how does it feel to watch your baby walk the runway? And how does it feel knowing that your best friend's baby was also debuting this season? And as she's answering, I could see her kind of like tense up, but not in an icy way where there was a rift between her and Nicole. In fact, it felt protective. And all that to say, we're talking a lot about girl beef this episode. Cardi and Nicki and Taylor, y la Charlie, that's what my mom calls her. And it just gets me thinking, all of these dramas and jabs and tit for tats. I'm not saying that you can't express yourself, and I'm not saying that you can't answer to disrespect, and I'm not saying that you can't tell your stories, that your narrative is your narrative and you're allowed to talk about the things that have hurt you in this life. But whether it be 19 years, a few years, whatever, the chances of a man disappointing you are great. The probability is great. And while the girl that you're beefing with may hurt your feelings, she may be also a person that can fucking relate. I think we are stronger as a community without going tit for tat on the internet. Even though I do go tit for tat on the internet. If you've been in my comment sections being disrespectful, you know. Yeah, you know. If your love life has been rocky this month, it could be your PMS. It could be your nasty freaking attitude. It could be your trauma or your attachment style, sure. Or you could blame it on the stars. Let's get into the science after this break. The Greatest Showman. Support for Tefi Talks comes from Macy's. Summer's almost over, and that means it's time to cycle your wardrobe to the cold setting. No! Everyone loves a breezy summer outfit, but honestly, layering is one of the best things about fall fashion. I love good color blocking. I never left 2012, and I never will. Dare I say, yellow and orange? Ooh! In any case, when it comes time to pull out your trusty cold weather staples and you realize your favorite sweater's on its last legs, do not worry. Macy's is ready with a new one. Their fall fashion guide is your one-stop shop for fall's latest trends and must-haves, curated by their experts. It makes it look easy to find the perfect layering pieces and the perfect look for you. That could be a bomber jacket from Levi's, warm knits from Tommy Hilfiger, or a belted puffer from Karl Lagerfeld. Explore their style guide for yourself and find your look. Shop in-store or online at Macys.com. Support for the show comes from Dove. We live for the moments that sweep us off our feet, like landing in a new city at night and seeing a beautiful skyline, or that moment on a first date when you realize you actually want a second one. Your deodorant should be worthy of all the amazing adventures you take it on. And now it is, with aluminum-free deodorant. With scents like coconut, pink jasmine, cucumber, and green tea, Dove aluminum-free deodorant offers long-lasting freshness with 72-hour protection. It's formulated without ingredients like aluminum, baking soda, and parabens, and it provides a clear, comfortable application. With Dove, you can give your underarms the same level of care you give the rest of your body. And the next time you're swept off your feet, you can raise your arms and fall freely, with not a thought given to body odor. The search is over. An aluminum-free deodorant that won't let you down. Find your one true Dove. Choose Dove aluminum-free deodorant for 72-hour freshness and odor protection. Buy online at dove.com or at a retailer near you. Something must seriously be in the water or the stars, because just after Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban announced their split after 19 years together, Lori Loughlin, Aunt Becky, and Olivia Jade's mom, which is crazy to clarify, and her husband, Massimo Giannulli, announced their separation after more than 25 years together. So, why were the stars not aligning in the love department this past month? And what do we have to look forward to in October? Let's recap. In September, with eclipses bookending the month, easily the worst time for an eclipse to happen, it was all about endings that broke down old illusions. And what are my favorite things? Illusions. And we're starting new beginnings grounded in real life stuff, which is my least favorite kind of stuff. The Saturn and Uranus retrograding means Lori and Nicole were rethinking boundaries and asking themselves, are we really changing or just pretending? Are we humans or are we dancers? So, come September 22nd, Mars slid into Scorpio and the sun struts into Libra, flipping the season towards power and balance. September's big message, okay, transformation isn't neat or tidy, but is it always on time? Kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me. Take me, Swifties. Ooh, no, I'm just kidding. Moving forward for all of us, let's talk about October. October kicks off with some serious mystery vibes because Mercury, the planet that basically runs all of our texting, tweeting, never Xing, and overthinking, communication, if you will, it slid into Scorpio on Monday. And Scorpio is a sign of evolution and transformation, whether we fucking like it or not. Guess what I feel? I don't like it. Tefi, translation. Okay, fine. You're about to get real good at playing detective. And for my anxious attachment girlies out there, this does not mean that there's anything for you to find in your partner, but perhaps yourself. Nothing will get past you this month, especially all of those feelings that you've been repressing like a French press. Conversations, yes, they're going to go from small talk to deep real quick. Think about feelings, secrets, all the stuff you pretend doesn't exist or doesn't bother you. Because why? You deserve to live authentically, okay? No shame if you want to get vulnerable or even talk about the things that people usually avoid. This is your moment, whether you're prepared or not, and I hope you are. And on the same exact day, boom, boom, there's a full moon in Aries lighting up the sky, and Aries is never here to play nice. This full moon is basically saying like, girl, it's time to own your shit, especially in your relationships, not just romantic, platonic, and also in the workspace. In the workspace. Maybe that means, I don't know, finally having that awkward conversation, maybe squashing some drama, speaking to your boundaries, speaking up for yourself the way you've been imagining you do when you're in the shower and you're having that practice fight. Maybe that's coming into fruition. And now, can I be a bitch for a second? Even though that astrology segment I feel is terrifying. That astrology segment was a bit of a spooky season. This is, can I be a bitch for a second? But you know what? I'm gonna let you be a bitch for a second. If you don't like me in this industry, you don't have to say hi to me. I feel like this industry is the ninja warrior of office politics. One of my biggest pet peeves is turning around from a conversation and somebody coming up to me and being like, you know that bitch wants you dead? Nothing grinds my gears more than me wasting energy on a conversation that never had to be had. My entire job is talking. If I could go on vocal rest for 15 minutes, I'm gonna take it. If you don't like me, we don't have to make plans for lunch. We don't have to giggle and do an air kiss. In fact, you can tell me, let's get this over with, or what do you want? I'd be like, you know what? I actually respect the bitch. But the industry fakeness is the true virus of this generation. I cannot do it anymore. The girl to fear the most is the girl who feels that she is almost famous. Somehow, being in this industry has become like a political campaign where you have to be shaking hands and kissing the right people's ass, and I refuse to do it. I think I've done pretty well for myself without having to kiss an ass I never wanted to kiss. If I've ever kissed your ass, it's because I was happy to do it. You know? But let's just set it here. Can I be a bitch for a second and just say, you're allowed to be a bitch too? So what did we learn here today? I'm definitely frustrated with somebody. The legacy of Vince Lombardi continues to divide rap. How often does Jimmy Fallon's wife watch him play video games? Free her. If you have a problem with me, please don't let me know on the album. And perhaps if a man is more committed to his flat iron than you, it's time to let him go. If you're not already following the show, find us everywhere at Tefi Talks. We're on YouTube and all the podcast platforms and Instagram and TikTok, so you can share with your other work bestie. What do you see in her? Tefi Talks is produced by the Vox Media Podcast Network and The Cut. For a special discount on New York Magazine and The Cut, visit nymag.com/Tefi. Support for Tefi Talks comes from Macy's. Layering is an art form. It requires a bit of intention, style, and of course, the perfect cold weather staples. You can find the perfect look for you with the help of Macy's Fall Fashion Guide. It's your one-stop shop for fall's latest trends and must-haves, curated by their experts. From leather to denim to cozy knits, it makes it easy to piece together a look that feels true to you. Explore the Macy's Fall Style Guide for yourself and shop in-store or online at Macy's.com. Thanks to Dove for their support. You'll know you found the one when you realize they make you feel comfortable and confident at the same time. That goes for your love life and for your deodorant too. Dove aluminum-free deodorant will keep you feeling and smelling fresh for up to 72 hours. It's made without aluminum, parabens, and baking soda, and it's gentle on your skin. The search is over. An aluminum-free deodorant that won't let you down. Find your one true Dove. Choose Dove aluminum-free deodorant for 72-hour freshness and odor protection. Buy online at dove.com or at a retailer near you.